What up, everybody? It is time for the season 2 finale of Raising Kanan, and it is promised to be a thriller. So I want to get into death predictions for the finale. As we've seen throughout Power history, a lot of deaths in season finales, to name a few: Reina, Angela Valdez, Ghost, Mecca. I think either Milan or Felipe Lobos was killed in the season finale, but a lot of them, yeah. So a lot of deaths in season finales, and so far this season in Raising Kanan, we've seen quite a few deaths. We saw Scrappy get killed by Rock because she thought he was an informant. Marvin and Lulu set him up to go to the trap house. He thought he was going to take over, and Rock put one to the dome. We saw then Crown Camacho. Lulu was fed up with his stuff, his BS, and went ahead and socked him in the face and choked him out with a cord. We saw then Tony Deep get taken out for being a snitch by, well, Marvin made the call, but Marco Boselli took her out right before getting jumped on by her dentist husband, and then being shot by the fool Dominic. Then soon after that, the next episode, we saw Dominic get killed by his Italian familia for going behind their back with Marco to do that job. And in retaliation, they went after Marvin, but for some reason this mob is like the most incapable mob there's ever been in the entire world. They can't get a job done right, and instead of hitting Marvin, they hit the innocent person in the whole thing, Renee, the anger management counselor. Oh, in retaliation for going after Marvin, Jimmy gets took down by Lulu. Jimmy, the Italian hitter who was good for nothing, who couldn't do his job right at all, gets taken down by Lulu. I mean, Dominic was a mess, but Jimmy was supposed to be but everybody knew Dominic was a mess. He couldn't get nothing done. But I mean, Jimmy was supposed to be the professional. I mean, he must have just lost his way and getting a little older or something. I don't know. But anyway, he gets taken out by Lulu. Then we see Famous trying to rob Freddy, a grimy dude, but Freddy knew it was Famous and didn't think Famous was built like that, so he tried pulling his strap, but Famous went ahead and gave him 4 to the chest. And then we seen Cartier Dunsford, the big boss of the North, Cartier Dunsford, the Suge Knight of the East, Cartier Fareed, smoking his cigar on the way to the penthouse. On the elevator to the penthouse, get taken out by Rock and Lulu. And I left any out. My bad. I forgot about it. Put it in the comments for me. I did the best I could. And if I left any out of those Power season finales on main characters getting taken out on season finales, make sure to leave that in the comments too. Thanks a lot. Alright, so let's get into the season finale predictions. The main cast, I'm pretty sure it's like the people who get read at the beginning. I mean, not too much left. I mean, the recurring cast from this season has basically already been killed off. There's not too much. I just named all their names, and there's not too much of the recurring cast left to go. So if there's going to be any deaths in the finale, we do have I guess Worrell Worrell's not a he's been around for 2 seasons. I guess he's not considered part of the main character. And who else? Kenya, Zisa. So there's a couple people we could definitely get into who could definitely be casualties in the season finale. Let me start with Worrell. If Rock or the Thomas family find out that he was conspiring with Unique in those 2 robberies of the trucks to get to help put Unique in position over Jersey, you could definitely see retaliation from the Thomas family and Worrell getting taken out. So Worrell, we haven't seen him much the last couple episodes. I think he was in the episode before last briefly in the spot with Unique talking about the Baselli wanted to meet with Rock over what happened to his son. But we haven't seen Worrell too much in the last couple episodes. Definitely expect to see him in the finale. And if the word gets out, that could get out by Saul Baselli. He could have the Italians put the word. If Unique doesn't work with him, he could put the word out on. He could put the word out to Rock and them to that Unique was behind those trucks getting robbed. He was the one who gave them the information, and then that would go back on Worrell, so he was the inside man. So definitely Worrell could be taken down by the Thomas family if that information gets out, or he could possibly just be going to war to help the Thomas family get caught up in the middle of their stuff. So let me go to stick with, since I'm on Worrell, sticking on that topic, let me go to Unique, who is definitely considered a main character in this show. They say Joey Badass name on the intro or whatever they call it. They say his name, so he's a main character. So, but I want to move to him since I started with Worrell. Definitely could see him get taken out. He had, like I said, in the same manner, if that information gets leaked to the Thomas family about how Unique was behind setting their trucks up, they could definitely go after him. Then he has it on the other side. He's already been threatened by Saul Baselli that if if he don't make Saul Baselli happy, he don't like people. So he didn't say happy. I don't know the word he said, but he was threatened by Saul Baselli that if he don't do what he's telling him to do, he gonna come after him basically. So Unique could definitely be out of all the main characters, the Thomas family, Detective Howard, Symphony, and because Kanan and Jukebox, they're not going nowhere. And then you got Famous. Out of all the main characters, Unique would probably. Now he's my favorite character in All Power, so I hope he doesn't. I hope he sticks around for the whole Raising Kanan series. But realistically, out of the main characters, that would be, to me, might be the one who goes, because he could get it from either direction. All right, moving on to the same topic. Saul Baselli. Marco Baselli already gone. Saul Baselli, the boss of the mob. Definitely, personally, he's on the top of my list with his smug self to be taken down in the season finale. I hope the war with the Italians end, and if I had to make a prediction, Saul Baselli with his smug self is going to be the one to go in the season finale, because I don't think the Italian beef with the Thomas family is going to continue into a third season. but I could be wrong. But a lot of his people been already killed off, so it would make the most sense for Saul Baselli, out of everybody left, to get taken out in the season finale. Because we already know the Thomas families from the previews going to war with the Boselli crime family, or whatever they called. So moving on to me get to Zisa. So a lot of people I've read a lot of comments saying that they think Zisa's gonna get taken out in the season finale as just a bystander in the shootout at Bulletproof Records in the season finale. I guess the shootout that was going on was in the Bulletproof Records too. That's what someone said in the comments, so I just assumed that's where it was. I couldn't honestly tell just by watching the short little preview. I couldn't catch it that quick, but I'm taking y'all word for it that the shootout is in the Bulletproof Records studio in the season finale. So Zisa could be very well a casualty, but I don't think she's gonna be. I don't think she is gonna go in the season finale, though. Honestly, I could be wrong, but I think she has too many ties to this show to go so quickly. Most notably, she's tied to Crown Camacho's death as an accomplice, trying to get rid, helping. She's a witness and an accomplice. So that's too valuable of information to just be killed off on this season finale, in my personal opinion. And then we have Kenya, Jukebox Mom. I don't think she necessarily needs to be killed off. I just don't think she's gonna be on the show no more, because Jukebox don't got nothing to do with her no more. Marvin don't got no good reason to go looking for her. So I mean, it's not like she's a snitch or nothing like Tony Deep was. So I think she just out of sight, out of mind. Not going. I think she could possibly return at a later time in the show, but I don't see her getting killed off at all in this season finale. So that gets me to the main cast. Kanan Stark. There's a leaked clip I saw of Burke putting Kanan in cuffs, and I had a theory. Should I say it in this video here, or that I can get, or should I do another video? I'll say it. I could still possibly do another video on it. I had a theory of a time jump in Raising Kanan, that Kanan Stark is going to have to go to juvie and do a couple years in juvie, and that is possibly but let me say it in this video, because it's gonna be my last video I do until the season finale anyway, so I might as well give up this wild theory that I had now with Kanan Stark. So I had a theory that Kanan Stark was going to get sent to juvie, and probably on the season finale of, this season 2 would make sense. So that Kanan Stark was going to get sent to juvie, and a lot of his family was going to get killed off in the meantime while he was in juvie, and that he was going to get out of juvie, and that is when we're going to see a time jump in Raising Kanan, where actually we see Kanan actually get out of juvie a lot bigger than he is, because right now he's kind of small. That he gets out of juvie a lot bigger. And then that could be also the time we meet Ghost, Tommy, Breeze, Ghost Dad, and a whole new cast. Now I have nothing against this cast here. This is just a theory that I cooked up about a month back, but never have actually said anything about it. But that's just a possible theory. Time there that Kanan goes to juvie, his family gets wiped out by the Italians. Then he gets outed, and there's a time jump between season 2 and season 3. with everything I just said. He gets bigger. We meet all those characters from Power. I mean, it's a small possibility. I don't think. I mean, it's a reach. I admit it, but that's just a theory I had. Okay. Up next, Famous. Could Famous get taken out in the season finale? I would say he's one of the most least likely characters get taken out in this season finale, just because the fact of with Freddy's death and the character development from season 1 to season 2, how he has basically went from somebody who wasn't built for the street life to turn into somebody who was forced into the street life. I don't see Famous getting taken out in the season finale of Raising Kanan. As far as Marvin and Lulu, the Thomas brothers, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say. There's a war going on with the Italians. So if you even throw Rock in there, just throw the Thomas family in there right now, because if one of them get killed, it's obviously going to be it's going to be in the same war. It's going to be with the war with the Italian mob. So, I mean, I should just include all three of them in one. And I couldn't say which one would get taken out first, because I mean, they're all main characters. I think Rock is probably the least likely to get taken out. It would be probably Lulu or Marvin. They could go back after Marvin for Marco, or they could go after Lulu personally if they find out he's the one who pulled the trigger behind Jimmy. Okay, so I don't know. That's what I got to say. It's most likely it could be either three of them, because Rock is the boss. They could be gunning for her. You already know that they have people watching out for her. But Marvin is the one you see with the machine gun in the season finale. I don't know if in the season finale trailer, I don't remember if I see Lulu with the machine gun or not, but I do remember I see Marvin. So there could be a lot of people coming for him. I said that's what he should have been doing when Jimmy, the worst hitter in the history of hitmen, shot at him. Because I mean, if that was a real hitman, he would already been wiped out for real. He would have caught that thing and been gone, and his girl probably would have been gone too. All right, moving on, because I don't know about the Thomas family. Your guess is as good as mine, but they definitely is targets for there right now, and we know a war about to take place. Unique, I already said what I feel like out of all the main cast, he's the most likely to go down in this as a casualty in the season finale. Even though I hope not, because he's my favorite character in Power. Symphony Basket. We haven't seen him for a few episodes. And he supposedly went to North Carolina, so that could be, we might not see him again this season. We might not see him again in Raising Kanan at all, but I think we probably will. I think he's going to come back. I think he might come back. We might see him again, but I can't be sure about that. A lot of people are saying Symphony is Ghost's dad. And I don't know how that would work out, because Symphony Basket is not Curtis St. Patrick. And James Ghost was raised only by his dad and not his mother. He didn't have a mother in the picture. And his dad was an alcoholic. So that don't make, unless Symphony goes through a drastic change, and I mean, Ghost would already be like 11, 12 years old at this point, so I don't see that happening. A lot of people are reaching for Symphony being Ghost's dad. I don't see it though. And then moving on to Malcolm Howard. He was the one who we thought might die at the end of season 1 of Raising Kanan, but I really don't see a good reason for him to be getting killed off at this point in Raising Kanan. I don't see that as a possibility at all. That leaves me with Detective Burke. Everybody's hoping she gets killed off. And the way she came at Kanan, where we do see that leaked clip where she tries to arrest him. Man, that could go any way. That could go, Kanan might kill her right there on the spot for trying to arrest him. He might do like he did them cops on his death scene in OG Power, where he turned around and took that cop's gun real quick and took the whole academy down. So we might see him take her down, call his dad up for some help, and get out of town for a little while. And that might be why he might have to leave town, and then we might get the time jump I was talking about. Just another theory. But we could also see her getting took down by Rock, or possibly we could see Howard's first kill by being Detective Burke. Now, as everybody's hoping that Detective Burke goes down, I don't know if we're going to see that or not. But the thing is that there was a rule they had in Power where they didn't kill cops for whatever reason. We don't kill cops. That's what they always said in Power. I don't know if they're going to have the same rule in Raising Kanan, because we've already seen Rock send Kanan to go after his dad, who is a cop. So there you have it. Death predictions for the season finale of Raising Kanan. Leave yours in the comments.